What's up, Josh Paul Hudson? Some guy doing something for God, man. Right? And this is right where God just brought me down here. Like, I don't plan this out. I just walk with God, man. That's why, look, Paul was saying, he's like, I will run the race until, like, whatever. You know, that's what he's talking about. Because, like, I never know where I'm going. Like, it's just like, but this is where that motorcycle showed up. Right? And it's like, hey, Jason. And God changed my name. I didn't realize this at the time, but it's in the Midas parking lot. Midas, King Midas. Like Midian. Well, anyway, I will run the race. But blah, blah, blah. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Oh, yeah, I remember. It's about specific words, man. People get caught up in the Bible, man. Like, Latin, the translation of this, it's about specific words. I know this for a fact because I've completed the prophecies of Zechariah, and it says that Joshua stood before the angel, right? And the reason that I know it's about specific words, it's not about like this Latin translation this, because when Satan came in and something happened, you need to go back and go delve through my videos, man, and watch it. He came in, and but he got thrown in the pit of fire before that, right when I was in Las Vegas. But when he came back after that, he took me and prostrated me before the Lord and covered my face and tied my hands behind my back, right? And they robbed me. Well, actually, they robbed God because they were robbing the temple at the time. He didn't really realize he was doing that. His name was Josh, right? He took on my sins that day. He didn't realize that was what was happening. And after it happened, it didn't dawn on me at the time. It was the first day the demon had first come to my house, man. And like, you can go back in videos and you can see the demon that I kept her. That's why I kept her around, man. Because, you know, what you hear and what I hear are two totally different things. You think that's nonsense, but I hear stuff because I see stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's why I keep these strange people around, man. Right? It annoys me. The demon annoyed me. The demon annoyed me. Even the prophet annoys me. But like, there'll be the moments like what happened today when he called me up at 11:26. I have to have Nathan the prophet around. If Nathan the prophet isn't around, that doesn't happen. It's not really the point of this either, right? So, I thought I had completed Zechariah at that time, but here's how I know I didn't. Because I was looking back through Zechariah, and you would think that, like, here's what you would think in your normal life. You'd be like, oh, this is just coincidence. I was looking at Zechariah 3, right, one day, and, like, I'm scrolling, and it stops, and it blue highlights. Joshua stood before the angel of the Lord. I was like, well, you would just be like, oh man, is my phone messing up? But I was like, okay, that's a sign. They're telling me something. They're telling me that I didn't complete Zechariah because I prostrated myself before the Lord. I was on my face before the Lord. But that's not how Zechariah is completed, because if you read it specifically, it says Joshua stood before the angel of the Lord. And his accuser, Satan, or whatever you want it to be, and God. He stood before them. He wasn't laying on his face before them. He stood before them. That's how I knew, like, I was like, okay, this isn't completed yet. Not because it didn't translate into, well, this means that. I knew it because he stands before the angel of the Lord. And at that time when that happened, I wasn't standing before the angel of the Lord. I was prostrated before the angel of the Lord. Right? And that's the difference, man. That's just, anyway. Peace out, bro.